Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello to you, good morning, welcome back to the channel where today there are two things to be done to my AMG GTR. Firstly, I'm going to RENNtech because this car is getting some bigger turbos. We're going to upgrade it to the RENNtech R760 package. That means 760 horsepower. So today I've got to take the car on the Autobahns to get to RENNtech. When I get there, it's going to be the second thing, which is a result of the poll that I asked you guys. Is it time to take the stickers off? The Gumball 3000 stickers and the camo livery, I'm going to get peeling. We're going to take it back to the Solar Dub yellow. So let's get started, get on the roads and get over to RENNtech. Just quickly before we get started, what is going on here? Where are all of my neighbors? Why is the garage so completely empty? I've never seen it like this at all. I have no idea what's going on, but today is of course about stage 2 to the AMG GTR. Now I've owned the car for coming up to 12 months, not quite yet, and in that time it has done 23,000 kilometers. The stock car from the 4-litre biturbo V8 up front had 585 horsepower and 700 Newton meters of torque. The stage 1 was the RENNtech ECU tune, the blow-off valve, and also the downpipe for the exhaust system, and that took it up to 672 horsepower, so 87 horsepower more, and to 797 Newton meters of torque, so just under 100 Newton meters more. Now with stage 2, those numbers are going to be blown to smithereens as we take it up to the R760, and we'll find out later what the power figures are going to be. The other thing, of course, is the stickers. They were exceptionally cool for Gumball. You might remember we did this country camo, where we did the camo design in the grey and the black on top of the yellow wrap that represents the different countries that this year's Gumball 3000 went to. So you had the UK where we started, then we went into France, then we went to Italy, and we finished in Japan. Now this car didn't go to Japan, but I borrowed the car from Mercedes-Benz Japan when we got out there, which was absolutely awesome. So I thought about just taking off the Gumball stickers and leaving the camo, but take my word for it, that would have been a complete nightmare. The beauty of this is, when you start kind of peeling one, it's all going to come off on top and hopefully leave the yellow completely fine. Fingers crossed, that's the aim. We will see later on if it's worked correctly or not. But for the moment, I should probably jump into the car to get this journey started. We've got all of the stickers to take off. Team Aztec royally sticker bombed us during this rally, and those stickers are awkward to remove. I did a little test here just to see if it would peel, and it feels like it's going to work fine. He says I don't have the best nails in the world, but in theory, this is going to just come straight off and work fine. So I'll leave that, see how that is when we get there, and then get it down back towards the yellow. Let's get this fired up then. So delicately balance the door so I don't hit it into my neighbour's car. Take a step inside the GTR. One press of the start button for power. Get a nice needle sweep. One press again to turn on the ignition. We're in individual mode. Exhaust is open. Just slide my seat forward. One press again to get it started up. Take a listen. Burbles into life. So that was the slightly louder start than normal. Normally it would start with the valves closed. So I'm going to drive it in comfort quiet mode. You can hear the valves closing up there for the moment. Warm up the car on the Autobahns and continue the journey towards RENNtech. A problem that is very exclusive to this part of the world, to Germany specifically, with the Autobahns, is that you come out of the city onto roads that could in theory be de-restricted. We've actually got a lot of roadworks at the moment, where technically you could open up the taps and go as fast as you want, and we know that this car, as I've driven it, went up to 331 kilometers per hour, about 205 miles per hour. But you have to watch out in case your engine is still cold, because obviously you haven't been driving far. We do now have the de-restricted signs though, which mean that we can go as quick as is safe to do so. I've got a car just on my left that I'm watching out for before I pull out to move over. Unfortunately, a fair bit of traffic actually today, but let's see what the roads are going to have in store. And don't forget, even the stock GTR was a very, very fast machine, as it is right now, even more so. And going up to 331, 205 was so confidence-inspiring with the aero grip that it has. Now, before the stock GTR held the rear-wheel drive record time around the Nürburgring Nordschleife before the GT2 RS, with a time of 7 minutes and 11 seconds. RENNtech have run a customer car with the R760 package around the ring in just over 7 minutes. That is blisteringly fast when you think about it. So it's going to be an experience and a half to see what it's like. This is the first time for me going as dramatic as this with a tube, for doing such a thing, to experience. In fact, it would be the most powerful car I've ever owned,
with over 700 horsepower. The first car that I've owned up to this point, over 700 horsepower until the Senna arrives, and then we're talking in the 8s. But that's a different league. For now, let's see if we get some open stretches on the way towards RENNtech and see if we can open this up a bit and show what it's like before the new turbos go on. Concentration mode engaged. You can see the ease with which we get into the 270s. This car is so fast. And away we go again. It is just ridiculous how quickly this thing goes. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when it has the next level of power, the stage 2 setup, because it's the feel of that much torque that just constantly propels and propels, and the gearbox just blips up to the next gear, the power keeps coming, on you go. It's relentless, it's just never-ending power. So after this, it's going to be even more mental. This is where you'll feel it when you're going flat out up a hill on the German Autobahns. And it might not make sense to have this much power anywhere else. To be honest, here is one of the few places you can actually use it, either when you're driving on a racetrack or when you're on the Autobahn where it's legal to accelerate if clear in front of you and to do so. So we can go up to the red line, foot is flat. This is just, you just watch the numbers on the dashboard. 600 meters though until the lanes merge, and that goes by very, very quickly at these kind of speeds. So we'll tuck straight back in here, the speed limit drops, lots of downshift, lots of cracks, and my ears are popping too from the downhill. Yes, there we go. Okay, here we are, the Nürburgring Industrial Park, and you never know what the weather is going to be like here at the Nordschleife and Nürburgring area. To be honest, I thought it was going to be grey and a bit gloomy today, and the sky is completely blue. It's 20 degrees, but probably quite strong sun. Anywho, let us enter and head towards RENNtech, and this is always an interesting place to explore because you never know what you're going to see, what's going to be lurking around. Pop it back into comfort mode, discreetly sneak on through. So you've got all the race teams, the development teams, tyre companies that test here, and a few different race cars around. GT3 RS just there. Is there GT3 RS and GT3 or GT2? Can't even really see. I think it was a new GT3. RENNtech building is just in front of us. But what else do we have? To be honest, it's actually quite quiet around here. I can see a few Porsches up on the ramps. GT3 RS, GT4. Oh, there's a Carrera GT right in front of me. Lovely, and a GT2 RS just beyond that. A red one. You see the point, right? There are always plenty of nice toys to spot lurking in the workshops here at the ring. In fact, quite a few there, including a friend's car actually tucked up just there. But let's pull into RENNtech, where we can see an E63S estate. We've got a GTR, and we've got their C63. Nice cars all around right now. So let's go in, say hello, see what's going on.
It turns out, as always at the Nürburgring, that looks can be deceiving because it is incredibly windy here, so I'm sorry if that comes through on the microphone at all, but I've parked the car in the sunshine because it is time to get peeling a little bit more and take all of these off, so I'll let them soften up a little bit in the sun before I get peeling as much as possible and removing them all. We'll also be joined shortly by Schmark with his Mini, so we'll be able to catch up with that in a moment. But there's something I wanted to come and show you on this GTR, which is a solution to a problem that my car has experienced. So if we come round towards the front, you might remember that I experienced a popped intercooler due to stone chipping. Well, RENNtech have now created a mesh that will cover this up and protect it from stones flying through, which impact the intercoolers behind there, one on each side, and basically cause them to leak out. And the one on this side is the most vulnerable, which then causes the gearbox to overheat. That's the intercooler that cools down the gearbox. So if we come back to mine, actually, and sorry, I'm doing this in a very round robin way, you can see the difference between the one that had to get replaced after that incident happened and the one that was on the car from new. So on the car from new was this side, which is pretty beaten up inside, as you can see, and then the one that was replaced about, well, like I said, 10,000 kilometers ago or so, I think, roughly, on this side looks much newer, but is equally vulnerable to getting hit again. And then it's about maybe just under 2,000 euros to change and get sorted. Oh, something's going past that's interesting. Sneaky, sneaky, that looks like an 8 Series in camo just there. the things that happen at the Nürburgring. Anyway, let's get some peeling done and see how this goes. You can see here why it makes sense to take all of this off at once, because of the way everything overlaps. I mean, we've got stickers from the rally, we've got the sponsor stickers on top of a layer of vinyl, on a layer of vinyl, on the vinyl wrap, which itself is on top of the paint protection film, on top of the black paintwork of the car. So we've got many layers going on, and it all just pulls off. It's quite nice and easy, actually. It's just going to take a while to go around the entire car, but it just peels back. And so long as you're delicate, because you don't want to tack it too hard with fingernails, which might actually puncture through the vinyl underneath, and then it will just need a wipe up to get rid of any excess glue that might be around the car, and then we'll have it back to yellow. Like I said, just about everything goes past here. 488, and I also just spotted over there is an Alpine A110 as well. Mad for Mini arrived! Who remembers seeing this car back when it was wrapped at Dub Customs? Mark has done an awful lot more with it since, and it is now basically a proper ring tool. Makes lots of noise, has a full roll cage. Oh, we got a little flame ball out of that. Yeah, two very different cars that we have here, both stickered and wrapped up at Dub, as it happens. Pop, pop, bang, you antisocial person.
Yeah.
Oh, the seats look good. The seats look good.
Yeah.
Haven't seen this. So this has been even more upgraded.
Yeah.
What was the last thing? Cage?
Cage has gone in from Wiegers, Corbeau seats, custom made with custom paint, gel coat.
This is nice.
Engine rebuilt, so forged pistons, new con rods.
Basically, it is Mark's fault that I'm at RENNtech today to do even more with this. He's leading me astray.
As well.
And the Focus, it's all his fault.
Yeah, it's all my
Blame this man.
And the Mustang and the M2C.
Off goes the E63S estate. Very, very nice. As you can see, progress here is going pretty well. Noise of that bubbling away in the background. This is all peeling off very nicely. We've got a little bit of glue residue from the white stickers, so all of the country stickers from Dub have just peeled off straight away, but the Gumball sponsors will need some removal of the glue afterwards. But generally speaking, it's looking fine. I've left Mark to continue the de-stickering because I've got some exciting news to tell you guys. So I've teamed up with BOTB to take over their In the Headlights section for 1 week only to offer one of you the opportunity to win a Shmeemobile. Now, if you're not familiar with BOTB, they are the dream car company. They give away a car every single week. And a fun story, way back, the first time I ever drove any car to 200 miles per hour was with BOTB in a Lamborghini Aventador, and now of course this GTR is capable of doing just that, and very soon even more. Now the cars that we've chosen are two cars that are the same as cars in my fleet, so the Mercedes AMG GTR and also the Ford Focus RS Red Edition, and two dream cars that I'd love to have in my fleet, the BMW M5 Competition and also an ABT-tuned Audi RS3. Now you'll find a link in the description down below where you can head over and find out all of the information, but it's open to entrants over the age of 16 from anywhere in the world, and ticket prices start from just 85 pence. How cool is that though? Head over, have a look. For now though, I better get back to unstickering. The parts that will go in my car haven't arrived yet, but what we have here are some examples of some RENNtech components that we can take a look at. So this is a twin scroll turbo from the E63S. Now the various different models, the 4-litre biturbo V8s from AMG, actually do have a few differences. So this is a twin scroll, whereas my car has a single scroll. But basically RENNtech changed the internals, maximise airflow, efficiency, of course getting more power out of it, also changing some of the actuator parts and other bits that you can't actually see. Now next to the E63, we have one from a C63, a single scroll turbo, and you can see actually with the headers the difference between a twin scroll and a single scroll. That's the difference, how they're set up. So the parts will arrive back, all beautifully worked, and then they will be installed into the car. We've rotated the GTR around to let this side get some more sun because they come off easier when the sun's been on the car for a while, but otherwise that's going well. We're now going to jump into Mad for Mini and go for a drive over just to grab a bite to eat. But you're sitting here, goodness, you have to step over that seat. Yep, this is a proper bucket. Proper bucket. I will see what Mark was telling me now about the seatbelt buckle, which is completely down there. What's the gearbox going on in here? It's just a short shifter. Short shifter setup. Madness. Literally mad for Mini. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's really GT2 RS in, is that Irish green maybe, one of the colours? PTS. Very, very, very nice. Oh, and something camo went past, but beautiful.
So land of all sorts of things, Atomic with their crazy tuned GTRs. I have no idea what's in front of us. There's a green AMG GTR coming down towards us up in front. Everybody out testing. Who knows what that is? Is that a tester for something coming? Is that a current GTR? Don't know. This is the home of Aston Martin. Often stuff going on up there. Yeah. And this in front of us is the brand new GLE that's probably being revealed at the Paris Motor Show in not all that long. Everything coming here then to be tested. They are quite like buses here. A white GT3 RS. Very nice. We're back on the road, and I think we are following a new 3 Series Touring. If you look at the rear, the tail lights, kind of hard to tell with all the camouflage you have on these cars, but we're very much in test season. Seems like spy-shotting vehicles everywhere we go at the moment, which is quite fun. Good to see what's going to be coming up very soon. I think we'll see more of this in not too long. Off it goes. Onwards, we're going to go and stop off at Apex. Let's go catch up with Misha. We back at Apex we are. Loads of cars around at the moment. Of course, they're taxi lap cars and things like that. Apex everywhere. The sub 7 up over in the corner. The video I filmed with Misha in that car, so many of you have watched. It's got millions of views now. Appreciate that big time. And look at the back of the M4 there. It's a bit mad. Mr. Tuning has picked up a box from Misha. How you doing?
Hi. Fine, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. It's a lovely day here at the Nürburgring. It's been a while, always been a while.
It is.
I was actually just talking about the lap we did back in the day in the sub 7 up.
Yeah, that was nice. People still talking about it.
All the time. What is this, by the way?
This is our latest addition to the taxi/private fleet. This used to be a full-blown race car, which raced in the N24, so I can actually...
I was thinking it looked a bit low and wide.
Yeah,
So, oh god, okay, full cage.
Still on it, so it raced a 24-hour race.
Right.
I believe it won in year 1, so there was 2017, and this year it had unfortunately engine problems. But anyway, long story short, the car converted to a street legal spec. Very wide body still.
Yeah, you can see the wide body, stripped out.
Yeah, it has a bit of smaller wing. For people who are gonna ask, how is this possible in Germany to get TUV, to get street legal approved? Well, because on paper it's officially not a BMW, it is a Team Schirmer spec. Long story short, similar as Alpina or the roof Porsche. So there's that.
Sweet, looks cool. God, look at that front arch.
It is, and
wide.
You can see probably the carbon fiber pattern through the ramp as well. Maybe I don't know if your camera will.
Oh yeah, I can see it though. You can see the weave like this.
Here also on the front bumper as well.
Yes, you can see the carbon through the weave, the carbon weave through the wrap. Very cool.
Yes.
Nice. All right, I think we better jump back in the Mini, head over, get my car again. See you later, Misha.
Okay, bye.
What is it? BMW, M4s, X5, usual bits and pieces. Here we are then, time to continue with the de-stickering now that it's been in the sunshine. It's not normal to spot a Ferrari here on trade days. The camouflage GTC4 Lusso, and we've more or less completed this now. Just the glue to get off. And into life we go! So it's time now to put the GTR inside the workshop ahead of its turbo upgrade. It looks really, really good in this colour, especially out in the sunshine. I'm going to run away so that I don't get knocked over by my own car. But it's really, really cool. I'm pleased we wrapped it like this at Dove Customs. It's come out very, very, very nicely. So, into the workshop it goes. We will say farewell to the GTR for today. The work will get started and we will come back in a couple of days to pick it up. Combo of test cars. Is that the GLE? That's the Lusso. Interesting wheels it's got on it. I wonder what they're testing. Oh, and over the other side is the EQC. Jokes. Non-stop here. Absolutely non-stop. I don't know what I'm looking at. Is this some future hybrid Ferrari? Is it that kind of thing? Definitely the V12. Yep, that's 100% the Ferrari V12.
The shutters are now down for the work to get started for the guys to install the new turbos in the AMG GTR. So I'll be back here in a couple of days to pick it up and see what it's like. Then hopefully, when I do return, we can head over to a dyno to see the new power numbers that it achieves, and potentially also go for a couple of laps on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, because after all, that's what a car like the AMG GTR is for. In any case, I'll have the Autobahn blast back home, and I've also got a trip coming up that will take me across Germany to really stretch the legs and see what it's capable of on the de-restricted parts of the motorway. It's a big thanks to the team here at RENNtech Europe for their work on the car. Of course, a ginormous thanks to you guys for your support, which makes all of this possible. And if you'd like to know more about potentially even winning a Shmeemobile, don't forget the link in the description box down below to head over to BOTB and to see more details of their competition. But that's it for now. It's a huge learning curve for me, taking the Mercedes up to 760 horsepower. Maybe getting a little carried away, but let's see what it's like in a couple of days' time. So stay tuned and I will see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.